Hey there, welcome to this training. I am so excited to have you here today, and I'm really excited to dive into everything that we are going to cover here. Today, we're going to learn how you can actually create your aligned business and scale to six figures and beyond, working only 15 hours per week. And I know that seems crazy, but it is so possible, and we're going to dive into all of the details. And no matter what I want you to walk away from this training knowing is that whatever dream life that you envision that you think might not be possible, but it is, I want you to know that it is so possible, and you don't have to hustle to get there, and you can actually choose to design the business that you super love that actually supports the life that you want to be living. You don't have to be a slave to your business, and I want you to walk away knowing that this is possible. It can be really simple, and it can be really easy. I'm going to dive into all of the details, so stick with me. This is going to be a good one. Okay. Hello, if you have not met me, if we have not met, my name is Kelsey. I am the CEO and creative director at Pine Gate Road. We started as a brand and web design agency and have scaled over the years to incorporate business coaching programs and services. And I am seriously obsessed with helping service providers, coaches, and educators live their dream lives through their super profitable online businesses. And I'm literally obsessed with this. Like, I eat, sleep, and dream about this all of the time. Email funnels, all of this stuff. It's like constantly buzzing in my brain. And this Align Business Academy is really the culmination of getting all of the support that I know people need in order to scale their businesses to six figures and beyond and actually live that dream life that they desire, whatever that is that you desire. So I'm so excited to share more with you. So first off, I want to share with you that you have been selected by me to be here. I have not accepted everybody into the program, and this is very much on purpose. We only want to work with people who will see a really great return on investment. And by being here today, I just want you to know that you have a business model right now that can scale with you. I've looked through your website, I've looked through your social media, I have actually done the deep diving into your business model, and I know that even if you might not feel ready, like you are just in this place where you're like, this is all this big next stuff. Know that because you're here and listening to this, I've pre-vetted you through your application and dove in to make sure that you have a market that can sustain the six figures and that it is so possible for you. So even if you are feeling like nervous and not ready, just know that I know based on all of the experiences I have had helping online business owners scale their businesses to 6 and 7 figures, that this is possible for you and you are ready. So we never feel entirely ready. I just wanted to let you know that because you are here and reading this and listening to this, you are ready. All right, so I wanted to go over the types of business owners that are best suited for this program and where you might be currently. So the first person that we work with is the full-time freelancer. When you're in this spot, you usually might be working full-time in your business and you might be struggling to bring in over, $2,000 or $3,000 each month. We actually work with a lot of business owners who are maybe making $1,000 per month and they're sustaining on that full-time. So know that this is a place where this really supports and helps you grow. You're probably in this place and hustling to make your ends meet each month. You're working on pieces and parts of other people's businesses. So here I find that you're kind of being hired to work in other people's businesses and you're not leading your own process. So you might be, working hourly, something like that. You're also following other people's processes. You're brought into teams to work in their businesses, and those clients are leading the process. So you're giving them what they want, you're not leading. You're getting by on hourly work and don't see how you can reach your big money goals. You're adding up those hours and you're like, how am I ever going to get to six figures doing this at this price? So you're already working so hard. You're spending your days being on call. You're answering emergency emails and rushing to fix this or that for your clients on crazy deadlines. And you probably want to pull your hair out. Don't worry, this is where a lot of people are. If this is you, just, be like, it's okay. We've got you. Okay. Another place you might be in is the 9-to-5 side hustler. You might be working at a job that pays the bills and gives you a sense of security, but you know that you are meant to do more. So you've started a side business that you know that you want to take full time one day. You're scared about how that's going to happen financially and when the right time to make that switch is. So you don't know what you don't know when it comes to running an online business. The legal, the marketing, the sales, it is all hurting your brain. You are ready to make the leap ASAP, and you dream of making your own schedule, being able to go after projects that light your soul on fire, and you're just so ready to make this happen. This was me when I was in corporate America, and I made the leap to running my own business full time. I know I was like hustling in the early mornings and just trying to make this work. I knew that I was meant to run Pine Gate Road full time someday, and I was hustling and hustling to make it happen. So if this is you, I've been there as well. Number 3, you might be in a place where you are ready to scale CEO. So you are in the solopreneur slog. You really need support, but you don't trust that anyone can do it the way that you can. And the expenses of hiring. I know that when you're first starting to hire, it can feel so scary and you're just like, it's so much easier when I just do everything myself and it's too much time to hire out. I've been there. There's a better way. So you've probably been in this spot and you have booked 5K plus projects, but you're having a hard time raising your prices. You feel like your income is maxed and you've hit a plateau. We work with a lot of people who are stuck at that 50, 60, or 70K plateau, and you might be in a place where you're scared to death of hiring things out because it's your reputation on the line. This business is your baby and you don't want anybody else messing it up for you. So even though you've been successful, things still feel hard. You're thinking that passive income could be your next step, but you're also wondering, how do I actually make that happen on top of everything else that I'm already doing? So right now you're overworked, you're overwhelmed, and you're wondering if the online business thing is actually for you. So you can't even imagine working 15 hours per less a week and making more money. You are hustling to make it by month to month, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, where is the easy button? But you are ready to completely transform your life and become the CEO of your business. You want to confidently show up as an expert at what you do and sell your programs and services at higher prices because of the insane value they create for your clients. You're wondering how to find high-end clients. I hear that all the time. How to sell your services and programs at higher rates. You're wondering how to reach 6 figures and beyond this year without burning out. You're wondering, how do you overcome the imposter syndrome and the mindset blocks that are holding you back? You're wondering how to create consistency in your income without getting stuck in the trap of low-price passive income products. I see so many people who want to bring in passive income products, and they spend so much time trying to sell something that is $7, $17, $27, and at the right time, that can be really beneficial, but we're going to dive into this. You have to be at a certain level, and sometimes passive income products can be more work to actually reach the goals that you want to hit when you're not at the point where they can really serve your business. So they're not always the answer. They can be an answer. But most importantly, you're probably wondering, how do you go from this freelancer mentality to an actual legitimate CEO in your business? So today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this, how you can go from freelancer to CEO. We are going to dive into how you can design your business around the life that you actually want to be living. That is my whole goal in life, is to help you live a life that you actually love. And I believe that you can do this through the business that can support you in getting there. We're going to dive into it. But before we dig in, I want to share a few of the results that some of our students in the Align Business Academy have been able to achieve. So this is Shayna. 2 months into the program, she joined in January, and this was in March. She revamped her business in those 2 months, and she went from an average of making $1,400 in her business, and now she is consistently making $8,500 per month in her business. So that is quadrupling her income. She has been able to make amazing transformations. And this happened within 2 months, and she has been able to consistently make that $8,500 per month. She is on track to hit a 6-figure year. Case study number 2. Cynthia, we worked with last year. She went from having a $60K year, and she was working nonstop and being burnt out, not knowing how to actually scale her business. And she hit a $150K year by hiring support and delegating the right way. So she is spending more time with her 1-year-old daughter and making more profit than when she was the only one doing the work. She was able to figure out a way to add illustration into her business, which is a huge passion of hers. This is really a key where hiring out is actually supporting your growth, and you need to be doing it the right way in order for it to support you and for you to seriously scale where you want to go. Case study number 3. This is Jade. We also worked with her last year. So she had the dream to leave her corporate job and take her side hustle full time. So we helped her implement a plan to save up to leave her job with offerings that could transition with her as she grew. So within 3 months of enrolling, she left her job, and by the end of the year, she was hitting 10K months in her business. So this is from going, 9 to 5 side hustler to reaching 10K months, probably within 6 or 7 months. It was really incredible watching her as she, kind of did that hustle during her 9 to 5 and really made her dreams come true so quickly. Cynthia H. She reworked her online program model and how she was building relationships with her people through email marketing. Before she joined this, she was launching and she was selling about 10 to 20K through each of her launches. I think she did 5 launches before we worked together, and they were each around that. And when we implemented her new aligned business model, she had a 50K weekend, literally by implementing some of our email marketing strategies, re-strategizing her business model. She was able to more than double her launch income. Here's Alyssa. She went from a VA working in dozens of other people's businesses, taking on projects at low hourly rates. She probably had an hourly rate of around $25 per hour, I want to say. And literally in 2 weeks and within the first month, she was starting to send out 5-figure proposals, and she actually hit her first 10K month 2 months into the program. Seriously bananas. She booked a 10K project with the biggest proposal she had ever sent out. And recently she told me, she's like, I can't believe I'm here already. This big shift happened in 2 months within enrolling. So I want you to think about this. What is your goal monthly income, and how many hours a week do you want to work? Because whatever this goal is, I want you to know that it's possible. Set that income goal and set how many hours per week that you actually want to work. Maybe that is 10. Maybe that's 20. Maybe you're fine working 40 hours per week as long as you're hitting a huge monthly income. Whatever you want to design and dream up for your life, know that's possible. For me, I think I work about 10 hours per week right now, and I'm able to scale my business into the multi-6 figures, and I'm on track to meet my $1 million goal this year. I'm so excited about this, and I have designed my entire business model to support that future, and this is exactly what we do in the Aligned Business Academy. So I want to dive into the 3-part framework for an aligned business. This is so different than any other program where you're simply scaling and making more money. We're really aligning this to your life and what you want to be living. So this is actually the first part. When you're building an aligned business, you need to know your human blueprint. So this is everything about you that you want to build into your business. This goes into your talents, your story, the core values that you hold, your personality, the life experiences you've gone through, the drive that you have within your heart and soul, your know-how, and the relationships that you have. All of this is brought together to create a business that is so you. So when we create an aligned business, your own unique human blueprint comes first. And then we design your business around it. Your business fits your life, not the other way around. If you follow any other programs that are teaching you, scale to 6 figures, do this or that, they are teaching you ways in which they have done that, and they want you to follow that business model. This is not what this is about. In the Align Business Academy, we do have frameworks and solutions that can guide you, but we are using how you actually want to live your life as the first step here. So this is how this is different than any other business program that you will find. This is the biggest part of the equation that so many people leave out. When you incorporate your human blueprint into your business, this is what sets you apart from everybody else. And this ensures that you can be a success no matter what. Because you have a uniqueness about you that no one else has. When you pair this with your business, this is actually where you can create a business that truly impacts your dream clients like no other business can. Even if you're selling the same services, you're going to do this in a special way, and being able to pull this out and build it into your business is what is going to ensure your success. So alone, you have friendships and you have your life stories and all of that good stuff, but when you weave your human blueprint into your business, you have this super amazing way to connect with your people and serve them at the highest levels like no one else can. And in the Align Business Academy, we teach you exactly how you can pull this out and build it into your business. Part 2 is the business strategy. So this is going over all of the marketing, sales, your offerings, how you are positioning yourself and your business as an expert in the industry. It goes over branding and finances and legal and getting leads. This is the bulk of like the quote unquote business 101 stuff that you need to know in order to grow your business. So business strategy gives you proven ways to build a business that is sustainable. Learning business strategy, you'll also be able to pivot through the ups and downs of the market, #pandemic, and never be left without the business knowledge that you need to make whatever you're dreaming up a success. So the business strategy is going to be this stuff that carries with you. Say the worst case scenario, the business that you are building today, you're like, oh, I want to pivot in 10 years. All of the business strategy that you're going to be learning in the Align Business Academy is actually foundational and fundamental to business. So even if you decide to pivot or work through the ups and downs and the challenges that come along throughout your journey, you're going to be able to lean on this knowledge that you're gaining from this investment. So just know that this is stuff that's going to grow with you. It's not something that like you just learn this strategy that works right now in this point in time. And then as soon as something switches later on, you're going to be like, how do I do this? This is going to be like going to business school, but for online business. So this is going to grow with you as long as the internet exists. And probably beyond. This is like a lot of, just fundamental business strategy that will carry with you no matter what, even offline. So alone, business strategy doesn't do much, because if you do have this knowledge, but it's just sitting inside of your head because you don't have the confidence to actually put it out there, you stay where you are. So this is like being book smart, but having no social smarts. It doesn't get you where you want to go unless you're actually implementing it in a way that feels really good to you. So this leaves us with mindset. This is like another one of the biggest things that so many people leave out of the business building process. And this is the personal development, the spirituality, the habits you have, your upbringing, limiting beliefs that are holding you back, and things like the imposter syndrome and you believing that this might not be possible for you. So how do we beat that? When you bring mindset and personal development into your business, this is where everything can start to up level and change. So if you believe that your goals are possible, then they are. And if you don't believe they're possible, they will literally never happen. So coming into this training, coming into applying for the Align Business Academy, you might be like, that 10K month, that 30K month, that sounds nice, but that's for other people. I don't believe that this is a thing that I can actually have. So once you start to make that mindset shift and you're just like, okay, it feels really far, but like, I know that this is possible for me. I know that this is possible for my future. That's when things can actually start to shift. So this is what I want you to be thinking about today. Put yourself in that place where you are working that hour per week that we set just a few minutes ago, where you are making that income that we also just set a few months ago. Who is that person? What is their mindset like? Like, what decisions are they making? Who are they and who are they becoming? Once you start to ingrain that into who you are and how you are growing and making decisions, because you believe that is possible, that's when you can actually start to walk towards who that person is and become them over time. So you need to believe in your goals and navigate those ups and downs of your mind to actually get to where you want to grow. So mindset is just so important. This has been you might be hearing this all the time on the internet and different things, but it really is going to be the biggest difference of you actually reaching your goals or not. So mindset on its own can help you gain the courage and the confidence to put yourself out there, but it won't get you the whole way to your goals. Unless this is paired with action and the right strategy, you'll be feeling positive but staying stuck. So each part of this framework is powerful. It really is. Each of these are so necessary, but combined, you literally become unstoppable when you have all of these mastered. So when you combine this all, you'll be able to create that income that supports the unique life that you want to live. That's what this is all about. This is your entire aligned business. But there's one more thing that you must have, or you will never be able to sustain this and grow. Each of those parts are great, and together it's incredible. But there's one other thing here. You actually need a business model that supports this all. So if you don't have this business model that is built uniquely for you and that builds on itself to provide consistency and growth, you will never be able to grow to 6 figures and beyond. At some point, your business is going to break because it doesn't have that solid foundation it needs to sustain you through the ups and downs. You're going to burn out. You're going to just not be able to reach that because you don't have the sustainable business model to support you. You could have the best service in the world, but if you don't have a business model, you won't be able to sell it consistently. Or you'll burn out trying to keep up with the super high expectations you have of yourself, trying to do everything on your own. You'll go from project to project, hustling between to put yourself out there and drum up new business to sustain yourself. But you're never going to feel that alignment with your life if you don't have an aligned business model to support you. You could also have a huge audience and you can be putting out the content that you love, but if you don't have an aligned business model behind it, you'll never be able to bring in the income that you desire. You'll be stuck making minimal income with a few affiliate links that you put out there, and you'll never grow a sustainable business that can support you long term, that can actually support that life you want to live. Or you can be stuck at the income level that you're currently making. You technically have a business model, but is it working for the life that you truly want to be living? Unless you create an aligned business model that can scale, you'll be stuck at a capped revenue level. This is where I see so many business owners that are solopreneurs sitting at. They're stuck at this income cap because they don't have a business model that can scale with them. This is not an afterthought either. If you don't have this aligned business model, you will never be able to scale your business to the income and the impact that you desire. If you do not have an aligned business model, you're always going to struggle with growing your business to those next levels. And if you only have business strategy and mindset working for you, you're never going to be able to create that unique business that works for your unique life. You won't be able to scale to the levels that you desire because your business model wasn't built for the success that you desire. It wasn't built for your unique human blueprint. So that's why you need each of these pieces to grow to where you actually want to go. You need all 3 of them and a business model that supports that life. So I want to go through a few of these places where a lot of clients come to us and just kind of map out what isn't working right now. So clients usually come to us when they're in a feast or a famine cycle. So maybe you are a service provider, you sell a package and you put all of your time and effort into it, and then you scramble to get to the next project. You're, working really, really hard, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I ran out of time in order to market and all of these things. And then you're like, I gotta get a new project. And you kind of like do this on and on forever. You book a project, spend all your time doing it, and freak out when you don't have something lined up. So what this is showing you is this is showing your max income here. So let's say in January, like you book a big project and then your time is all capped up until March. Say it's a 2-month project. And so your income goes down and down and down because you booked the project, but then you're running out of money. And then all of a sudden you get into March and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to shut down my business. This is like that month where you're like, well, I gotta scramble and I have to show up and drum up some new business somehow. So let me know if this is like you. I know I was like this for a really long time. It's frustrating. So in this month, you might be popping out of nowhere like a marketing ghost because it's the only time that you actually have to breathe and like actually put yourself out there. And then you're wondering why in the world you're not getting more traction. What happens is all of this like marketing ghost stuff, it does work. You get a new client, but then you're spending all of your time working with that new client. And then all of a sudden you're back in the same place. So you're really just in this like feast or famine cycle. Like some months are really great. And then some months you're like, I need to go get a job at the grocery store because I can't pay rent. That's the feast or famine cycle here. Okay. Another place we find our clients in is where you're booked out but underpaid. So you're scrambling to make what you need to survive each month, and you might be taking on projects at hourly rates that barely get you by, and you're probably even discounting your services because clients say they can't afford them. So you kind of scramble and make up something they can afford, which leaves you super booked out, like you are at max time here, but you're barely making the money that you need to survive. I call this your spaghetti number. What would what are your expenses? What is the number you need to hit if you were literally going to survive off of spaghetti and marinara sauce for your meals? Like not even buying all the groceries. That is what the spaghetti number is. So maybe you're living just barely above that most of the time, but you literally have no extra time unless maybe you have a retainer client and they drop off. And so you're scrambling in March because you're not even hitting your spaghetti number. So you do have a little bit more time here. And you do get a new client. So yay, in April, you're back up, but you're not really making the income that you want. But the thing is, you have no more time to actually build your business. So you're stuck and you don't know how you can scale and grow. That's what a booked out and underpaid business model looks like. So you're burnt out, but you can't quit because you're like, how am I even going to pay the rent? You're just kind of stuck and sad. And this is really where the Align Business Academy can help support you. So the next business model that we find a lot of people in is where they're growing an awesome audience, but they're not monetizing their businesses. So it's awesome audience, staggered scales. You've been spending some time building your audience and you've started your business because of a passion that you had, but it's looking more like a hobby at this point. So you've been growing for so long, but you're kind of reaching that breaking point where it's like, is this going to be a hobby or am I going to turn this into a legitimate business? And your passions are driving you, but you do need that business support to actually scale your business a smart, sustainable way. So here I'll show you, you have your spaghetti number. And you're making maybe affiliate sales, you're selling a workbook here or there, and you're sometimes getting above your spaghetti number, but most of the time you're barely making it. So you're probably, getting support somewhere else in order to survive, which doesn't feel great either. You really want this to turn into something that can be your legacy. You're so passionate about this and you want to be able to make this a full-time, like really legitimate income and business. but you don't know how, because at the same time, you're spending so much time, you're at max capacity of time, and you're just making these little like sales here and there. But you're wondering, how do I make more sales? I'm already spending all of the time that I have in order to keep this growing. So you're wondering at the end of this if it's really worth all of the work and if this is ever going to pay off. You're really struggling here. That is that business model. Okay, and then another place we find our business owners at before they join is where they are the maxed out solopreneur. So your business is doing well financially, but you're maxed out with both the time you can work and the money that you can make. So scaling sounds awesome, but you're really terrified of growing because of the work and time that you know is necessary. You're already barely sleeping because you're at max capacity of time. So you're like, I can't put in any more time. I'm already not sleeping. I don't have the time. So this is what this business model looks like. Maybe you've booked a project and you have like capacity to take on 4 clients at a time. Let's just say that. And then each of these, you're booking out the next project in advance. You're booked out. But at the same time, you're booked out with your time too. And I didn't realize this when I was making this, but doesn't this look like a brick wall? It's like you're trapped behind this brick wall and it's supporting you, but at the same time, you're just like, I feel like I'm going to die. So once you're here, you're kind of like, how in the world do I grow from here? It sounds like so much more work and I don't wanna. This is where we find a lot of people. They're just spending all of their time doing all of the work. They're making the income that is good, but they're not able to scale. So this is where we want you to be. This is where we're going to support you when you enroll in the Align Business Academy. This is what an Align business looks like. So what we do here is, this is your max time. This is where you are currently. So you're down here. Maybe you're making your goal. Maybe you're hitting your spaghetti number, but your time is really maxed. So what we want to do here in an Align business model is we actually want to work in the first 6 months getting your time down. So how can we re-strategize your business to get your time back in your own hands? There are so many ways we can do this, but also growing your revenue. So how do we make sure that your business is more profitable? And really around the 6-month mark is when we are looking, like when these start to cross each other, this is when you're ready for growth. This is where your foundation is stable. We want these to meet each other so that you're, not using all of your time, but you're reaching your goal revenue. So you actually have time and space within your business to scale. So once you get there, that is where you have this extra time and you're able to start to scale your business. And this can go on till infinity when you're designing your business the right way. This is where you can start to make that crazy dream money. And this is where you're able to scale while you're tweaking your business to optimize your time. This is the dream life, you guys. So how do we actually do this? I want to show you the 6 ways, that we make this happen. So the first thing that we do is actually put in some big wins into your business. This can be things like, how do we switch up your pricing? How do we get a big project in right away? How do we start to make some income come into your business in a way that isn't taking up all of the time that you have? Number 2, maybe we'll tweak some of your offerings to make sure we're building that really scalable business in the long term and in the short term. What can you offer now in order to get you to this middle point? We'll also dive into sales strategy. So how can you up your sales conversions? And if you don't know what a sales conversion is, I'm so excited to support you on this. So how can you start to get more people into your business? And how can we start to convert them into customers who are actually going to pay at those higher rates that are really going to see you as that expert? You're positioning yourself as that expert, and we're going to implement the sales strategy to help them feel super supported along that path. How can we implement support into your business? So this is getting team maybe on your side. This is not the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to make sure that you're so supported and ready to have team support you in your business. First of all, it's way less scary than a lot of people make it seem. And there's a way you can seriously download your brain so that people can understand what you need to get done. This really comes from you standing up as that expert and as that CEO. So we're going to give you all of those tools and all of that training in this program to make sure that you're hiring the right way. We're next going to work on automation. So what can you get set up and running in your business to actually automate so it's just set in the background and you don't have to worry about it. And then number 6, we're going to focus on scaling. So once we have your business to this point and it is like running and solid and you have time back in your life, then we're going to be thinking about scaling to those next levels. This is where we can start to add in some of those passive income streams. This is where we can start to get crazy and dream big and really set your business up for long-term success because you have this super solid foundation. This is how we build an aligned business model. So cool, that sounds nice, but how do you actually make this all happen? So here is the reality. Whatever life you want to be living is 100% possible. What you have to do is you have to design your business model to support that life and have the framework, again, mindset, business strategy, and your personal blueprint to bring it to life in a sustainable way. This is what we do in the Aligned Business Academy. So let's make this real. I want to dive into real life ways we can make this happen so you can see, like, first and foremost, like, yes, this is actually happening, and here's how it can happen. So let's say that you only want to work for 2 days per week and an 8-hour max, taking at least 30 minutes for lunch breaks. So that is 15 hours of work total per week. The rest of the time, you literally get to do whatever you want. This is the life I live, and I get to actually spend all of those days going on walks and meeting up with friends and being with my baby and just like teaching them how to clap and things like that. That's bringing me a lot of joy. We've actually started gardening. I get to be out in the yard. I get to have dinner with my husband every single night with him and our baby. And that is because I've designed my life around that. And I only work 15 hours per week doing this. So here are your 15 hours. Let's really break this down, okay? So let's say 8 of these hours you're doing client work. So this is anything that like you're doing for clients, you're growing your audience, things like that are like client facing work. Another hour is CEO hour. This is where you are planning. This is where you're scheduling. This is where you are visioning. This is where you are being the CEO and implementing those big picture things. Another hour, maybe you're creating content to put out there to position yourself as an expert. You're using this 1 hour to create the content for a week, and then you actually have some team support to, this is weird, but I call it pooping it all out everywhere. I create one piece of content per week, and then I have an assistant who's able to take that. And because of the systems I've built into my business, she's able to take that and poop it out all over the internet in a way that still, it gets all out there. So you have your content hour. You also have a team check-in. Let's say you do this for 15 minutes, 2 times per day. So that's about an hour per week. Then you have an expertise hour. This is where you are spending time being visible with other people's audiences. So this could be you being on other people's podcasts, being in Facebook groups as a guest. This can be you showing up live on Instagram. This could be showing up live on somebody else's Instagram. That's something I'm actually doing tomorrow. So this is just where you're showing up as an expert. And so 1 hour per week. Then you're doing social media, 15 minutes per day, 2 times a week. So maybe right after that team check-in, you go and do social media, you engage, you send DMs, you're just making friends on the internet. And then maybe you spend 2 more hours doing education or internal work. So maybe this is, you writing your systems and processes or doing your new website or creating copy, or maybe you're taking a course. This is time where you are investing in your own internal business work and working on yourself and your own education. So altogether, those are your 15 hours per week. So that is your 8-hour days, 2 times per week with a 30-minute lunch break. So I want you to also think about, there's probably other stuff in your business that you are personally doing right now that's taking up a ton of time. So as you grow, this is where we're starting to see like where we go from this, you working these 15 hours and then handing some of these things off. That's where we start to transition into that aligned business model, where we start taking some of your time back. So as you grow, you will need support. And I promise, it is not as scary as it sounds. There's really a way to do it where it feels super supportive and people can actually start to read your mind. I promise you, we're going to train you and teach you exactly how to do this in the academy. So some of the things that you're probably going to want to hand off as we're transitioning your business are the marketing, scheduling, client-facing emails and management, any junior level work. So this is work where, you can probably hire this out at a low hourly rate, but it's taking up a ton of time in your schedule. This is where you're going to see a lot of time coming back to you when you can start to build your offerings with profit planning inside of it to actually hire work out so that you can be supported in this way. Another thing is bookkeeping, and then you can also start to automate or hand off some of the sales processes and the sales calls eventually. So these are all things that you can take so much time back in your schedule. And while I know that the cost of support varies, I know that you can get what you need for all of this starting around $1,500 per month combined. And again, this is not something that you're going to be doing right away, but you're going to be setting up your business so these investments are worked into your profit planning. It's going to feel really easy when you start selling at a higher level and you start planning your business to support this support within your business. That's what CEOs do. They don't do everything themselves. They have support and they build that into the profit planning for their business. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing in the academy. So this is probably what your schedule looks like right now. Every single day is filled up morning till night with work. And you probably are working on Sunday and Saturday as well, right? I know I was always working on Saturdays and Sundays when I was really growing my business and not knowing how to actually run a business. So this is what your business looks like with an aligned business model in place. So this orange here is the work that you're actually doing. It's those 2 days per week. Those are those 8 hours with the 30-minute lunch breaks in there. And then the yellow, it means your business is on during the week. You are open for business, but this is all being delegated. This is being hired out. This is being automated. So your clients and your customers are still being super supported by your business, but your actual time is a lot less. This is what that aligned business model can look like. This is how real, true online businesses and regular businesses run. They aren't run by one single person doing all of the work. That's not how you scale. So this is your schedule after you implement your aligned business model. So whatever hours per week that you actually want to work, we are creating that and making your business profitable and scalable so you can create that and also work the amount that you want to work. I know for me, I love working. I love doing this stuff. I'm seriously so passionate about it. And I love that I'm able to focus on it in an intense way in smaller chunks of time and give it my all. And then I have so much breathing room in order to fulfill the other passions I have in my life, to be there with my family, and to really just live the life that I've always dreamed of. And the aligned business model gets me that. And it can get you that too, I know it. So I want to also break this down even further. You don't go from 1,500 months to 30K months right away. Again, that aligned business model, remember the time is really high and your income is really low. We're working on, leveling that out at first. So you don't go there right away. And we make this happen over time as we stabilize your business for sustainable growth. So the first thing that we do is we actually create that calendar that supports your dream life. Number 2, month 1 through 4, we're working on getting you closer to that schedule and booking clients and work that align with that schedule. So by month 4, we would love to see you at 50% of that ideal schedule. So you're working on your sales processes and your offerings and all of the things that are helping you get closer to there. So by month 6, we would really love you to be at 100% of that ideal schedule, because after that, 12 months in, we really want you to be at 100% of that schedule with all the automations set up, like solid email funnels, and we want you to have team in place, and we want you to be able to set up to scale your business. And even if this isn't bringing on team, then we're scaling your business with other automations or passive income products, and you have so much more time back in your schedule so that you're able to continue to grow. So it's like 6 months, we stabilize and get you to that ideal point, and then at 6 months on, we're really setting you up to scale and grow. So this can build your 6-figure years, year after year after year. It's really incredible what can happen at this point. So again, you're going to be stabilizing. You're at this high point. Your time's going down because we're optimizing your schedule. And then your income is going up because we're optimizing your actual business model, your prices, your sales strategy, all of the things. And then you get to scale from there. So by month 12, you're set up to scale and you're growing to whatever you believe is possible. Remember that mindset. What you believe is possible is, and if you don't believe it's possible, then it'll never happen. So believe it's possible. So let's break this down even further. Like, you're probably like, oh my gosh, like that was a lot. How can we go even deeper? Okay, so I want to go back to the 2-day work week. So remember that 8 of these hours are client work. So I want to show you how we can break this down and see actual offerings that can bring in that income that you desire. So know that the rest of the business tasks are being taken care of within your schedule, or they're being delegated, automated elsewhere. So all of this is being handled. We're not going to go into that. We know what these hours are, but what are the offerings? What is this client work? Like, what are you actually doing that is creating this income? So we're going to dive into this in a couple different ways. So let's just in general say your goal is 10K months, okay? So with this, and you want to work 2 days per week. So thinking about that, this is 2 4-hour chunks of work time, of client work. There's those 8 hours, so it's 4 hours on each of those days. So say you booked one high-level client at 10K for that 1 month, like in a crazy ideal world. So if you devoted 32 solid hours of high-level work to that client, like, don't you think that that could be worth 10K? If you were like at your most best strategic, intricate work, you spending 32 hours with that client, do you believe that that could be worth $10,000? Would you be able to transform their business or their life to what they wanted if you gave your best for 32 solid hours? I believe you could. I know this is so possible. So I just want you to see how much time you can actually spend with that one client to get that income that you desire. So that is just one like very basic example of what can happen. I also want to break it down even further. Say you're with one of those clients, but you are devoting 2 hours per week. So that is 8 intense hours per month. And they are with you for a 4-month 4-month commitment. So that's month after month after month. Say you have 4 clients, that is still getting your 10K. So know that even if it's like they're not paying all 10K in 1 month, maybe they're over 4 months and they're paying $2,500 per month, then you're getting $2,500 per month, but for 4 clients. Each are getting 8 of your high level hours per month to implement in their business, in their life, and paying $2,500 per month for that service. That is so doable. People sell that all the time. And that is so doable to easily get to 10K months working 2 days per week. So all you need to do now is create that schedule that you want to be living. So do you see how possible a 6-figure year is working 15 hours per week? That's just $8.3 thousand per month, $8,300 per month. So with our expert support, you will be able to create that sustainable business that works best to support your unique life. So no matter what type of business you're building, it fits back into the Align Business framework. All you need is these to create that sustainable business that supports your life. You need all three of these to create that Align Business. So I want to dive in again, even deeper. Let's see how this works with real numbers for different businesses. So for a coaching business, let's say that, you have 4 one-on-one coaching clients per week. So that's 16 over the month. And each of those coaching clients is at $1,000 per month. So they have access to your knowledge base of content and education, and also have Voxer support. So this is looking into your week. Here are those 8 hours per that 1 week. So you have 4 client calls, and maybe 2 of those hours are spent doing Voxer support. The other 2 hours that you have are group coaching calls. So maybe you have another offering where you have a group coaching program and there are 30 students in your group coaching program at $500 per month. So do you see how doable it is to have a coaching client at $1,000 per month each? You have 16 of them, so 4 calls per week, and then you also have a group coaching program. So this is bringing you in $16,000 per month for these 16 coaching clients. And then those 30 students in your group coaching program are bringing in $15,000 per month. So total, this is $31,000 per month. And look, 8 hours per month. Okay. So doable. And this is a conservative estimate. So let's say, you only have 4 clients per month and you have 1 call per week. That is still bringing you in $4,000 every single month. So you also have all of this free time to do more marketing and to sell more. So when you don't have those clients, and you have even more time still working within those 15 hours per week to sell what you need in order to reach that $30,000 income. So you're also doing your group coaching call, but let's just say your conservative estimate, you have 10 students. So that's still bringing in $5,000 per month. So total, this brings in $9,000 per month, and this is 6 figures. You're making a 6-figure year, and look, you're working even less than 15 hours per month, and you have all this free time to market and sell to even scale beyond that. So this is so doable. People in the Align Business Academy have been able to do this within their first month or 2 and scale to this level. It's been incredible because just the way you align everything. So that is a coaching business example of how this can work. Okay, let's look into that educator, for a course creator, an influencer, blogger, somebody who's really building that audience in order to support their growth. So let's say that you are selling a $27 product to 100 people per month. So you are spending 6 hours doing whatever you need to grow your audience. Maybe you're creating content. You're doing fun stuff that is engaging your audience and growing that audience. So this is $2,700 per month. Then you have a $197 course with 100 people in it per month. So you are doing 1 hour of support in that group per week. So when you get 100 people into this course, that's $19,700 per month. And let's say because you are an educator who's building this amazing audience in your expertise, something that you are so passionate about and researching and doing all of the things in, you've actually sold a high-level consulting package to somebody who wants to learn more about what you're doing. Maybe you're consulting for a company. Maybe this is a big sponsorship package. This is something that you have like 1 client, or maybe you have several, 1 call per week. And maybe you're doing 1 call per week with this client or this sponsor, and you are getting $5,000 per month because of this package. This is so doable when you're growing your audience to this size. So altogether, this is $27,400 per month. Again, working 15 hours per week. This is the 8 hours that you're actually working client facing. So conservative estimate here. So like quote unquote worst case here, you're selling a $27 product to 25 people per month. So doable. That is $675 per month. And let's say your group course has 25 people in it per month. If you have a large audience, you will literally so simply and easily be able to sell a group coaching program to 25 people. I know it's so doable for you. And we can teach you exactly how to do that in the Align Business Academy. So even at 25 people per month, this is $4,925 per month. And then let's say that you're, not selling at 5K packages, but you have 2 high-level consulting clients. They're doing bi-weekly calls, and they're each $2,000. So that is $4,000 that you're bringing in from either brand sponsorships or collaborations or consulting or a high-level just coaching package, something where you're just super in your level of genius and expertise. Then you're still bringing in $9,600 per month, working 15 hours per week. So this is still reaching 6 figures for the year. So again, so possible for you. And then this is a service provider. This is actually the business model that we have on the agency side of my business. So we're going to dive into this. So say you have 16 clients being supported at a time in your business. So that would be 4 clients each week. Each week. And then they are on $2,500 per month payments. So whether they are coming in and booking a 10K project broken up into 4 payments, 4 months, or they're booking a 1 month long package at $2,500, each of those payments is $2,500. So they're, $2,500 per month. And you have 16 clients per month in your business. Okay. You have 8 hours to put towards these clients each week. So you want to, you can either take those 8 hours and devote that to one client, per week, or you can take on 4 clients for the month and give each of them 2 hours of your time per week. So what you're doing as the CEO, as the strategic director, as a service provider, you are doing the high level work with your clients, but you are handing off a lot of that build out, a lot of that extra work, a lot of that support to your team, to those junior level people that are able to do that. And you're profit planning for this. So when you're working with clients, you are doing the high level genius work, and then you are delegating the rest, and you're still overlooking all of that, but you're able to do what you do best, and then have an amazing team who is supporting you, helping you support these clients. So you're doing these 8 hours per week. Think of that as that's 8 times 4, that's 32 hours per month. Again, you have to devote to these clients. So say you're doing 1 week with 1 client, 8 total hours, or you have 4 clients on that month, and you are doing, you're just checking in during those 8 hours with each of those clients. So an example here for web design clients, let's just say you're doing 4 high-level strategies and creative direction per month. That's all this is. And everything else is being delegated to team. So 4 clients are quote unquote on with you, and 12 are with your team where they are managing every other part of their process. When you can do this scales you to $40,000 per month. And that is so easy doing 15 hours per month. This is how my agency is built. This is what we're doing. So this is a conservative estimate. Let's say you have 4 clients on at a time, each doing $2,500 payments. So that's only 2 hours per week. You put 1 client on with you, and then 3 of them are managed by the team where they're in your process. So this is literally 1 strategy or creative direction per month, and you're still making $10K per month. This is 6 figures. So this is how, even in my business, even if we're not booked out, I know that I have room to do marketing and selling and all of these things. And then I always have availability to take on the clients that we have coming into our business, because everything else is being taken care of at a very high level in a way that I have strategically designed that we can also support you in the academy doing, so that my business is running. I'm putting my high-end, high strategy level work into each and every one-on-one project, but I do have teams supporting me so that I'm not getting burnt out and working all the time. There's a way to do this where it is so supportive for you. So this is how our agency side of the business is run. And it's literally like, once you get this flowing, it can be so easy to make this 10K per month, working way less than 15 hours per week. So as you know, if you don't have the proper way to implement your unique blueprint, your business strategy, and your mindset into your business, this won't even matter. You can't get there if you don't have that aligned framework working for you. So just to recap, you learned exactly what you need to do to create an aligned business model and reach your 6-figure plus years this year. Then you saw the 3 components that create the aligned business model and how each of them are so necessary to reach your goals. And you learned what all of this put together can look like as a coach, as an educator, or as a service provider to reach 10 to 30K plus months, easily working only 2 days per week. So I think this statement is going to blow your mind. Like, what if you work more than 2 days per week? What would be possible? Like, that was all outlining. You're only working 2 days per week. If you want to work more, like, sky's seriously the limit here. Like, it's crazy how much your business can scale when you really, truly implement this aligned business framework. So now you can see how all of this works together to create a sustainable business that brings in 6 figures plus per year, year after year after year. This is not just something that's going to work for now. It's going to work to grow and scale your business way into the future. So in order to get there, you need your aligned business model to bring it all together in a way that sustains you over time. I do not want you to have to buy 16 separate programs to learn these things and have to piece it together on your own. You've probably already tried this and you're trying to piece things together and figure it out, and it just hasn't worked. You're at one of those places where you're in feast or famine. You are struggling to make your income goals. You've seen that programs that do only one of these things charge 10K plus, and they only teach one part of the puzzle. So I don't want you to have to go through this and just get it all scattered. It doesn't have to be that way. And also, you don't know what you don't know. I see this so many times. People think you're like, I know email funnels, I know sales strategy, but it's like, it doesn't all work together. Like, why are you still feeling the way that you're feeling in your life and in your business? Why are you stuck? You can't reverse engineer this kind of success from the outside because you don't see the whole picture. You see one piece of the puzzle. And the reason that I've created the Aligned Business Academy is because I've done this with hundreds of clients and I have seen all of the things. I see the whole picture, and we are able to guide you to create that aligned business model that will seriously support you. So this is what you might be seeing. You might see like our Instagram, the website, the emails, and some content here and there, but you do not see all of these other things that actually come together to create an aligned business model that matters to the ultimate success of your life and your business. And all of these other things are going to come into play, and you're going to need to know how to work them together into your aligned business. So I don't want you to miss out on all of these details that make the biggest impact, like positioning your business and sales strategy. This is how you can actually talk to your people and attract them to your business in a way that feels like super great to both of you. And I'm wondering if you feel like sales can be sleazy. I hear that from a lot of people. When you actually have a sales strategy and are positioned as an expert, and you're mixing all of these aspects of the framework into your business, you're never going to actually feel sleazy because sales become so supportive. And this is the kind of stuff we're going to be deep diving into. And this is exactly why I created the Align Business Academy. And because you're here, you are invited to join us. I know that this is going to work for your business because you're here, and I have looked over your application, and I'm so excited to work with you. So there is no other program out there that is going to support you in creating a business model that is unique to the life you truly want to be living, that will continue to support you and grow with you year after year after year to keep reaching 6 figures and beyond. There's no other program that supports you with your mindset, your business strategy, and how to weave your unique human blueprint into your business like this. So here is how this works. First, you are going to get access to our Align Business Framework. This is me taking everything that I have learned in online business growth, what our students are needing throughout the years, and I've combined it into this framework to help you set that foundation for scalable success to reach your 6 figures this next year. So what this is it also includes 3 roadmaps to get you set up based on where you're at. Everybody's coming in with these different experiences. There's things that you might have covered and do really, really well. And there's things where you might need some work. And we're going to be going through these roadmaps to make sure that you are set up to scale your business wherever you are. So these lessons are meant to be taken in, just as you're needing. And we will guide you through this experience to make sure that you're getting what you need when you need it. So this is really, we're always adding to this too. This is our framework for helping to set you up for success. This is kind of like the bulk and the message of the program and the lessons that you need in order to reach your 6-figure success. Next, you'll get access to a one-on-one personal academy coach. So these are our accountability coaches, and you're going to be partnered with one throughout your experience in the academy. You'll get them for 12 months for weekly check-ins on Voxer. And if you're wondering what Voxer is, it's an app that's like a walkie-talkie. So you get to voice memo, you get to text, all of those good things, and they are going to be your personal guide, somebody that you can share some of the things that you might not want to be sharing in the group, and they are personally trained by myself so that they are answering in Kelsey-like answers. We put them through a training program, and we're making sure that they are really setting you up for success and making sure that you are, getting the support that you need throughout your 12 months. Next, you get access to quarterly virtual retreat days. This is something that you can watch a recording of and dive into immediately. And we also hold them live quarterly because it's so much fun to be able to spend an entire day together and really deep dive into your business. Even if you are coming back each quarter and redoing this, it's a really great way for you to, just see the progress that you've made. Make any tweaks from everything that you've been learning from the past 3 months. These are great check-ins to do every quarter to make sure that you're continually growing and adding in all of those learnings into your business. So here we are going to deep dive into your schedule, your offerings, and create a plan for exactly how you're going to bring everything to life starting on day 1. We want you to be super set up for success the minute that you enroll, and this is what we want you to work on first. And then we also get to join in live in community and do these quarterly, so you get that, ultimate alignment throughout your experience in the academy. Number 4, you get our signature visioning homework. This is something that we have been using at Pine Gate Road for the past 10 years for our clients and our students, and they love how this literally allows you to get everything that is swirling in your head about everything that you're wanting to do, your hopes and your dreams and all of that good stuff. And it basically gets it out. This is something that we will be going over, that your academy coach will be going over, and we're going to be taking this visioning homework and using that kind of as your guide throughout the experience. So we will also start with this. This is one of the first things that we want you to do, so that you can get all of this out of your head. I know as a busy online business owner, there's probably so many things that you're just like, I should do this and this and this, and I want to be going after these dreams. This is really going to give you that time and space to get it all out. And then using our expertise, we're going to be able to kind of like pull it together into this distinct picture and really guide you to actually making huge progress towards your big dreams, because you've taken this time and space to just kind of like get it all off of your chest. Okay, number 5, you get access to our private Align Business community. So you will be part of this private Facebook community with all of the other Align Business Academy students. And this has been such a great place to meet other entrepreneurs who are at that same level that you are and readiness to make big changes in their lives and their businesses. And this is huge. When you are growing your business, you need to be around like-minded people who are also going after big dreams. And I know you've probably heard that saying that you are the people, the 5 people that you surround yourself with, like you are the culmination of those people. And I know oftentimes in our lives, it's really hard to find other people who are as driven or are thinking in this way and like building this bigger life than beyond what we like just generally have been told to do our entire lives. So I think being in this community, sharing wins, sharing the downs even, that's really important to have that community of other people who are in it with you. And having this Facebook group is going to allow you to make connections, meet new friends, and really grow to those next big levels in community. And this is also a place where I'm in all of the time. Giving feedback and cheering you on, and just, I'm in there too. I love hanging out in this space. And all of our coaches are in there as well, so you can get feedback and we can celebrate throughout your time together. Okay, number 6, this is a really awesome one. This is where that, higher level strategy and support comes in. We have bi-weekly coaching calls, and also additionally, we have custom critiques on your work. So during our bi-weekly coaching calls, you get one-on-one feedback from me and our team on these live coaching calls. So what you're going to be able to do is submit questions, and anything you would like feedback on, anything you would like to just talk through on a coaching call, we're going to be able to do that. These are amazing because there are so many times students have said like, there are questions that they didn't even know that they had that other people are bringing up. And we're having these really open and honest discussions, as well as diving deep into the strategy. It's that whole life and business mix. And learning from others going through it too is just a huge up level. I've learned so much in my own coaching experiences with others, just because I've been in those group communities. Sometimes there's things that are happening, beyond what we can even do as individuals. So having these group coaching calls has been invaluable because you're learning from everybody's experiences. And I hear a lot of times where people are like, but I want one-on-one support. So what we do is if there's anything that you are, not wanting to bring up in front of a group, that is why you have your academy coach. And then we also allow you to send in any critiques, any work that you are doing. So if you have a sales page, if you have your website, if you have your packages and your pricing and really anything that you're working on in this program, you can submit, and we will be doing personal one-on-one feedback for anything that you are submitting. So we have that. We go through weekly with our team, and we'll give you critiques and feedback to make sure that everything you're bringing to life throughout our time together is adding up to really reach that 6-figure success that you're after. So those are the 2 things that we are doing. So we are bringing in that community, which honestly is so much better than doing anything one-on-one. And then we're also giving you that individual feedback through the custom critiques so that you are getting that individualized deep dive into everything you're bringing to life. So it's really the best of both worlds to make sure that you are completely supported throughout this experience. So why is this program 12 months? I want to go over how this works over the length of the program, because sometimes I'll hear, like, I probably only need like 6 months, or maybe I only need 3 months. After my years and years of experience working with online entrepreneurs, the people that I see making that lasting change in their lives and their business are getting support for an entire 12 months, because that is the amount of time that it takes to truly implement this and see the results that you desire. This is also enough time to go through some ups and downs and getting that support so that you can have this lasting change go beyond the 12 months. Sometimes when we are in a program that is, 3 or 4 months, you can have these huge ahas, but are they lasting? Have you gone through enough experience and had that support and gone through the ups and the downs in order to make that lasting change? I found that 12 months is really this really awesome time period so that you can get that complete support. So I'm going to talk through, kind of like what we are expecting for our 12 months together. So month number 1 is really where we are seeing like, okay, what is that big vision you're working towards? What are the big tweaks that we can be making? Like, what do we see based on our outside experience that you can be implementing into your business right away? We do this through your visioning homework, and we do this through that retreat, and we'll tweak those very big things right away so you can see some big wins. Month 2 through 4 is really where we're working on making your return on investment. So this is where you're going to be implementing some of those new learnings. You're going to be having those shifts, and we're going to be seeing how it's actually working in the real world. These are really where you're alchemizing everything that we're going after in month 1 and making sure that you are, getting that solid foundation of any new offerings, learning how to do sales calls, really positioning your offerings, getting anything tweaked in your online presence, whatever you're needing to do to make that next step in your business. We're going to be working on through month 2 through 4. And then month 5 and 6, now that you've probably been selling things at your higher prices, that you are learning how to do sales calls and you're optimizing everything, we're going to be making sure that over these first 6 months, you're truly getting to the ideal schedule that you mapped out during month 1. So as part of that retreat that we do right away is making sure that we are creating that schedule that you want to be living that creates the life that you desire. So we are mapping out what is that dream life? What is the actual schedule that you are living to make sure that you are living the life that you want to live, and then that business is coming in and supporting it without you overworking. So here's where we're kind of optimizing that, and you're selling at these higher levels. And then here is where we are making sure that any of those old clients that you have, any of those old projects, we're kind of making sure that by month 6, those are gone, and that you're operating on that ideal schedule. So that's by month 6. We really want to see you on that new schedule. Any of those things that were kind of holding you back are gone. And then from there, we're taking the next 6 months to actually spend time operating at that ideal schedule. It's these first 6 months are getting everything ready. And then month 7 through 12 is finally when you have that time and space to be able to operate at that next level. And it's all about integrating everything from there. So that is where we're going to be, working on automations. You're going to be potentially getting some support in your business. You're going to be delegating, and you're really going to be setting yourself up to scale now that you're operating on your ideal schedule. So that is why this is 12 months. It takes this time to get there and to get the support to make sure that your business is super sustainable by the end of our 12 months together. So I just want to share a little bit about what our students are experiencing. 95% of our students are 2xing, 3xing, 5xing, or 10xing their prices on day one. So as soon as you go through that retreat, we're going to see, why you're kind of not reaching the goals that you have currently. We usually raise prices and we'll give you all of the support you need to make sure that feels really good for you and that you're able to sell at that level. We don't always raise prices, but I'd say, 99% of the time we are. So we do that on day one, and you will get a lot of support in order to make that happen. And honestly, people are selling right away. We've seen students have some huge wins on month one, simply by, seeing the vision that they had and then creating that plan for their business to actually get there. By the end of month two, 75% of our students have made their investment back. So this is huge. If you can invest in this and make your investment back within 60 days, that's really incredible. And we see 75% of our students making that happen because of the shifts that we set up in month one. And then by month three, 100% of our students have made sales at their new pricing. So we are really making sure that you are confidently able to sell at these next levels, that you are positioning yourself in the right way, and every single student has made their new sales at these new pricings by month three. Okay. So each part of this program is literally worth more than the entire investment alone. I want you to really feel into this. If you made one sale of your high-end service, that would cover this. And if you're like, my high-end service is $1,000, we're going to work on that right away. You're also going to be learning how to do our supportive sales process. And that's something that you'll have for forever. So even beyond this business, as you're growing, as you're doing anything in this life, you are going to know how to position and sell and create what you want in this world. And that is invaluable. That is going to just grow with you for your entire life. You're going to learn how to create a business model that keeps supporting your clients. So we build in recurring revenue into your business, and you're going to create that into your business model so that things are, they're scaling, that they are growing exponentially, and that you're not going to have to keep hustling to find more clients all of the time. You're going to be able to keep people in your sales funnel if you desire. They're going to be able to become affiliates and referral people and things like that. And that's going to work into your business model so that everything continues to grow. You're not hustling all the time. So imagine just having that part. What if you had a launch that sells out right away? We see people creating their launches right away. This is not something you have to do, but usually on that day one, when you're going through your retreat, you're like, okay, I'm going to launch this service or this program, and people are selling this out right away. So this program, having that, that is worth way more than the investment, and being able to do that over and over and over again. Really just think about what would be possible for your life if you were able to do that. Also, creating a high converting website and sales page. We include a website within this program. We have a template for you to use. We have everything that you need to create high converting online presences. And when that alone, literally, we charge way more than that in my agency to get a website, and that is just included as part of this. So that this value of this program it's literally invaluable. It'll help you scale and set up success for hitting six figures year after year after year. So just thinking about each of these pieces and parts and how much value they are going to bring to your business and your life. So with everything combined in a unique way that works for you, this is worth the investment so many times over. We've created this program to help you scale to 6 figures and beyond year after year after year. Really think about what that can do for your life. So here is a result from one of our students, Shay. So what she said is, after starting ABA, I was able to book out my calendar 2 to 3 months in advance with clients who are paying at least 3 times my previous prices. It's definitely been the key piece for our transition from surviving to thriving. I finally feel like I have a sustainable business model that will grow with us as we scale. And just a little spoiler alert, this quote was from probably 6+ months ago. Shay she has like a complete agency that is just running on its own. And now she's stepping into coaching because she has so much time and space to be able to start a second business. Think about what it would be like to have a business running and just supporting you. Like, that is what we can make happen when you enroll. Okay, this is Haley. Within 2 weeks of joining ABA, I quoted a client project for what I actually wanted to charge, not just a number I thought they would say yes to, and they agreed without hesitation. Now I'm $250 away from my first 10K month and can see a future where I reach 6 figures this year. Taking the leap and saying yes to this program really lit a fire under me to drum up more business to justify the cost. And I sent out a proposal that day that would recoup my investment. So Haley has a marketing agency, and she actually wrote this within her first month in the program. She has since hit 10K plus months, brought on an employee. She is completely scaling. She 3x'd her revenue this past year, and she's only a couple months into the program. So there are some just huge moves that can be made when you're really like in alignment with that future version of you, and you work through the fear of like investing in a thing, and you really just become that future version of you when you're doing this. So this is Alyssa. I was nervous about the price. I was barely making ends meet, and it was a serious financial commitment. I also had worked with a previous coach and had an incredibly negative experience. I was nervous about trusting someone again, but I knew I needed help. I was making around $2K a month when I joined and hit 4 consistent 5-figure months in a row this year. My income is still higher than ever, even if I don't hit a 5-figure month. I went from barely paying my bills to consistent 5-figure months. I've never had savings in my life, and to finally have some financial security is amazing. I've been able to travel, pay off my credit card debt, hire experts to help me, and bring on a contracted design assistant. I feel confident in who I am and what I offer. Alyssa has also made huge strides since writing this. She is actually like location independent now. Her and her boyfriend are moving across the country and just like staying in Airbnbs and just living this amazing life that she thought was not, even possible until like way into the future. And that's what really stepping into this next level does. You literally energetically shift when you start to say yes to that future version of you. And stepping into that can make all of these things possible. So let's think about this. I want to really talk about like what you're doing now potentially, and think like, is that what you want to keep doing? So here are some things I see a lot of people doing and choosing. You're literally choosing to do this every single day. So are you going to spend another day where you comment on a Facebook post, hoping to gain a client, wondering what in the world you can do to actually make this work? Are you going to watch your competition land clients and customers at high-end rates you're only dreaming about charging? Are you going to stammer over your words on sales calls, afraid to say your pricing out loud? Are you going to spend your days spinning, jumping from task to task where nothing is adding up to you creating that actual solid business of your dreams? Are you going to procrastinate and Google and get free information until you feel like the quote unquote timing is right? or you're ready to invest in your business. And I just want to let you know, ready is an absolute lie. No one feels ready. They leap. Everybody is leaping into these things, and that, like, you're ready is a lie. I don't know how many times I can say that. So if you are doing any of these things, if you are, just saying like, I can do this on my own, I know my plan, I'm going to make this happen, like, what is actually going to shift? Like, what is going to make you committed beyond belief to creating this future dream that you have for your life and your business? Something needs to shift and something needs to change. So I want you to really think about that also. Like, how much is it costing you not to do this? If you spend another month staying how you are and you have the potential to be, 3xing, 5xing what you're making and creating these super solid foundations to grow to these next levels, like, what is it costing you to stay where you are? This is a huge shift that I like to make, because it's like, yeah, I'm actually losing on this huge opportunity to make even more income, to make more impact, to seriously change my life today. Like, that is a lot. So I want you to think about that. Like, if you choose to stay where you are today, like, what are you actually choosing? What are you losing out on by staying where you are when there is this potential in front of you, even if it feels really scary? So here are some things that our clients have shared. This client sold a $12K website. It was her most expensive website she's ever built to date. And then she also sold another enterprise website for $6K today. And the client already signed and paid the contract. She was having websites for around $3 to $4K before she joined, and we were able to help her position her offerings to these higher end levels, sell at 5 figures, and she did this within her first 2 months. So here's another one, sharing a small win. In the last 7 days, I've had 5 new leads book sales calls with me. And I was on vacation for most of those days. That is really what happens when you are, getting your entire business model working for you. You're able to get leads, you're able to get things flowing without you having to work all the time. This is another client who just signed her biggest client ever at $4,250 per month, which means she officially has hit steady 10K months. And she says she is giddy. So she has a marketing agency, and she was able to, scale her business to 10K months and beyond very quickly, building all of these foundations in. So this student, hey Kelsey and friends, hope you're doing okay and staying healthy. I just wanted to celebrate a huge win. I just booked my biggest client yet, and we're doing a signature offering plus some add-ons and a 3-month retainer contract to start. Got to practice my sales call. Higher revenue, which was a huge goal for me at the beginning of this program. Thanks everyone for being here to share and celebrate with me. I'm so grateful for this community. Here's another student sharing my academy win for this month. I've been working hard to strengthen my sales funnel. I offered her offering, and the feedback I got was overwhelmingly positive. She booked 2 new projects as a result. So in other even more encouraging news, the business income has grown. She started making $1,400 per month revenue at the beginning of this program. And within a couple of months, she reached $8,500, which is just shy of her 10K goal. She has since hit her 10K goal every single month the rest of this year. And that was just the beginning of these big shifts. Okay. This is another student. She says, I can't believe I'm saying this, but my future you meditation from the first day of our retreat in January is coming true. So she was able to make so many of those shifts that she had in her visioning, which is really about that life that you want to be living coming to life. She's sharing this here because I know this would not be possible without what I've learned and implemented this year in ABA. I could barely pay my bills before I joined, and now I feel secure in my pricing, confident that I will get more clients even while working overseas, and have more financial security from the success I've had so far this year. So another thing I wanted to point out here, she's like, thanks for listening. You all feel like family to me. So I felt like I had to come and share the news with you. I also wanted to encourage those of you who are just starting out here in ABA too. So yeah, we are a big family. If you want to have that like tight knit, feel good community, this is definitely one of those. This student sent out a proposal for $17,000. And that gave her a lot of scaries because that's a lot. And they did end up going with a different team and she was sad. But I think the biggest thing is that she was sending out the proposals at $17,000. And then today, just a few moments ago, a potential client I thought was for sure going to bail, even though we had an amazing call last week, just told me he is ready to sign for $10K and even has some extra requests to run by me so that it will change the total cost. Here's the huge thing. I don't need to find any more projects for the rest of the year. Like, no more new work until January. Whoa. Kelsey, this is my 3 out of 3 months of solid effort that you told me to put in if I decided to quit my job. This is what I've done thanks to ABA. I freaking did it. So she has been able to reach her 10K months as well. She was working full time as a nanny when she began the program. And 3 months in, she was able to quit her job and reach her 10K months. Here's another one. The lead I spoke to today on my sales call just signed the contract and made their first payment. This is the first time she sold her new 3K package. So she was selling packages around $250 to $500 before Align Business Academy. She was working all hours. She is a systems strategist. And now we reworked her packages to make it high value, $3,000 for her I can't even speak, for her process. And she sold it, and she has sold so many since then. Here is the total right now is $8,500 for a starter website. She got a retainer. She says she can't even believe she's at this number. So I'm so excited to share that I enrolled 2 new clients into my signature coaching package. I'm attracting my dream clients. Sales are finally getting easier and my business finally feels real. Thanking Rebecca for helping me this week with sales calls. That's her academy coach, getting clear on next steps and setting me up for success. All right. So before we go further, I just want to get really clear on our values to make sure that we are on the same page moving forward here. So number 1, we value an aligned life over hustle. So we will not tell you have to work all hours of the day, every day, just to reach your revenue goals. While building a business takes grit and determination, I don't believe that burnout has to be a part of that equation. So every decision you're going to be making when you enroll is going to be determined by how it fits with the life that you actually want to be living. That is our guidepost. So if it helps you get closer to that, amazing. And if not, we're not going to be doing it. This is not a program where you are going to be following somebody else's strategy or those cookie cutter things. We're going to be creating this entire business to get you to that life that you actually want to be living. So your profitable online business is a ticket to your dream life. We throw out the shoulds and make sure the business you're building aligns with your unique life. Number 2, we value consistent growth over feast and famine. So we believe in small, consistent actions that add up to big results. And I just want to say this as a caveat. While our students do see like these big numbers and big results quickly, what is most important to us is that you're building this sustainably. You're building this, again, our value number 1, not hustling for this. And we want to make sure that you're really set up for success for the long haul. So we create business models that keep your income steady and flowing so you can really feel that stable and secure feeling as a business owner. So I just people do have these amazing, huge wins really quickly, and that's not what we value. We value making sure that this is happening consistently, that you're growing just every single month, that you're not experiencing these huge highs and then huge lows. We're just building slowly up over time. So you build that stability in your business. And number 3, we value personal development. That means that we're going to be working on you as a human as much as we're working on building your business. So we value learning and growing and challenging ourselves to be the best version of us. So you're going to be asked to dig deep in this program, and you'll be equipped with the mindset tools and practices that will support every single aspect of your life. Again, this is all about building that life that you want to live, not just the business. The business is there to support that. And for you to live the life that you want to live, that takes a lot of personal development. It takes working through some of those mindset things, as we've covered. So we really, really value you as a human, not just the business that you're building. Here's Pam. I love the personal coaching and attention from Kelsey, even though it's a group program. Kelsey is a genius. Her coaching is straight to the point, but with compassion and understanding. She had the most amazing ideas for your business and can fill in the missing gaps that are leaving money on the table. She hit $10K in revenue within the first 2 months. She crafted her $13,000 offer and sold 3. This was all within the first 2 months. Now I can stay at home instead of having to go back to her job. She was bartending to make sure that she was having some of that consistent income in between her business. And now she has a $13,000 offer. Since she even wrote this, she's sold, I think 8 or 9 of them, which is insane. She has 30K months now. And that's all because we found this foundation. We created these offerings that support her life. And then she was able to go out and confidently sell those services. So I bet you're wondering, what is the investment? So just to reframe this a little bit. So our one-on-one agency work starts at $10,000. That's a 5-figure investment. Consulting with me one-on-one, which I almost rarely even do, begins at $2,500, and that's only for 2 hours of my time with you. And so your investment for the Align Business Academy is just $850 per month for 12 months. That's $850 today and 11 payments of $850 over the next 12 months. So let's get started. Let's make this happen. This is $850 per month for 12 months total, or it's $8,500. You can do one payment and pay in full and save $1,700 when you pay in full. And you'll also be bonused a one-on-one call with me and a custom future visioning meditation. So here are our pay in full bonuses. You can get a 30-minute one-on-one call with myself to use anytime during your enrollment. So you need to pay in full to receive this bonus one-on-one call. Bonus pay in full number 2, you get a custom future visioning meditation by me. So really calling in that future version of yourself. This is a meditation you can listen to every single day to really retrain your brain to becoming that future version of you. So you need to pay in full to receive this bonus. So join us now by clicking the link on the page. So there's a secure checkout. You can choose this payment plan, or you can pay in full to save $1,700. So what you're getting when you enroll now, everything to create a sustainable 6-figure online business year after year after year. You're getting the Align Business Framework. You're getting bi-weekly group coaching calls. You're getting individual critiques on all of your work in your business. You're getting a private community of other entrepreneurs. You're getting one-on-one academy coach with weekly check-ins. our proprietary visioning homework, quarterly virtual retreat days. And I don't have this on here, but you're also getting a complete website template. You are getting contracts for all of your legal things. We have these licensed from my lawyer, so you're getting the actual contracts that we created for both my agency and my coaching business. You get these licensed. Literally getting those is a $2,000 plus investment if you're doing that on your own. Probably more like $4,000. I know I paid a lot to get my templates done. And to not get them done for the program, but in my own business, that was a lot. And so you're getting that, you're getting sales scripts, like literally everything to set you up to make this investment back, and set you up for success. So you get this all for just $850 per month for 12 months. So I want to go over some of the things that you might be thinking, because we've gone through this a lot. I've gone through it myself, and I want you to feel really good about this. So if you're wondering, is this really going to work for me? I want you to think about that future version of you want to be stepping into. If that person is somebody that wants to get the support to get there, if they are building, you want to be raising your prices, if you want to be building a 6-figure business that supports your life, that is for you. We work with people in lots of different niches and industries. We work with a lot of designers too. So if you're a brand designer, no, you're in really, really great company, because that is actually my background. I have my background in coaching. We have people in the health and wellness industry. Really, any online business that you are building that you want to build scalably and sustainably over your life, this is going to work for you. This is based in tried and true business foundations. These are things that will pivot with you when craziness in this world happens. You know what I'm talking about. We have seen our clients make huge strides even when the world is going crazy, because they're basing everything based on these tried and true business practices. This is almost like going and getting business school for online business owners, but also getting that life coaching that you're needing to truly transform and become that version of you that is living that life and running that business that you've always envisioned. So if you're feeling any fears or doubts or anything about that, please reach out to me. Please reach out to somebody on our team to talk through this. We can work through your specifics, but just know that we have worked with lots of different people to help support them in going after their dreams, and it always works. Okay, so another thing I hear is that people are like, I thought I wanted one-on-one support. This is a group program. I just want to let you know that yes, while this is a group program, there is so much that goes into this that actually supports you more than one-on-one ever could. We also include the one-on-one with your academy coach. You get the one-on-one critiques of all of the work that you're doing, and you get the benefits of learning from other people who are going through this too, that have questions that you probably have, but you didn't even know you had. You're going to be getting that support in community, which is way, way, way better than doing one-on-one. I will also say that as you grow your business, having that network and having that community of other people that are growing into these next levels is going to be invaluable as you scale your business. So I will never, ever do a one-on-one program myself. I don't think I will offer a one-on-one program because it just doesn't give you that full transformation that being in an experience like this does. So while in a one-on-one coaching experience, you might be getting that individual feedback, in this, you get that. You get the experience of somebody truly scaling their business to high levels, who has hit 6 figures year after year after year and has seen this sustainably grow. I want you to think about the one-on-one coach that you're maybe thinking about working with. they are maxing out their time. They are trading time for dollars when you do one-on-one. That is not a scalable business model. So you're learning from somebody who might not be scaling in the ways that you want to. I've done one-on-one, and while it was awesome to have those one-on-one calls, it was the group experiences. It was learning from other people. It was being in this up-leveling community that truly transformed my life and my business. And then we do include the one-on-one, so you are getting that support where you can dive into those things that you might not want to bring up in the group. So just know that this is a complete support program that is going to encompass what you would get from one-on-one and all of these amazing benefits that you get from being in community and in group with other people. So this is the big one. What if I'm super scared? My brain is freaking out over the investment. I feel you. If this is you right now, I want you to feel into who that future version of you is. What do they want you to decide? Really get in alignment with who they are, what they have accomplished, what their life is like, what they are doing, and think about what choice they would make. So whenever I'm making a big investment or a big decision in my life, I like to think through this because it's like there's not going to be one right answer. And this isn't anything that like I can tell you to do. This is something that has to come from you and your future self. So when you get in alignment with that, you're able to make these decisions not out of just fear, because that is our ego saying like, no, don't change. Like, this is scary. I want to stay safe. And like, you've known what now is. You're comfortable, even if it's like not fun to be in your current reality. You know that you're not going to die. Like, you have been comfortable being where you are today. So what these do, what making these investments do, are they actually push you into this uncomfortable place of change, of doing things differently, of putting yourself out there and potentially failing, which you're going to be so held, but like our brains go to crazy places when we get scared and when our egos hear change. So just think about that. Like, I want you to first of all think about who is future you. What decision would they tell you to make right now? And this is not out of fear. This is like out of your highest self. Like, what would they wish that you did right now? And then I also want you to think like, what is the worst case scenario? A lot of times we like think we're going to be homeless and on the streets if we like make this investment and it doesn't work out or something like that. I want you to actually think about like, what is the worst case scenario? If you took this investment and you literally flushed this money down the toilet, what would that do for your life? Really think about that. I know for me, when I was making a big investment a couple years ago, I had made $40,000 in my business the entire year before, and I was thinking about investing in a $20,000 program. It literally made no financial sense, but I was in this place where I knew I wanted to scale my business. I knew that what I was doing was not working. I was overwhelmed. I was working all of the time. I was crying all of the time. I had no clear boundaries. I just was applying for jobs because I thought I would just like, that entrepreneurship was not for me. And I was just going through this really hard time. And I was thinking like, I have this future vision of me. I'm running this amazing agency. I am the creative director and I have a team supporting me. I'm able to do what I want to do each and every day. And I'm financially feeling secure in my life and in my business. So I had to think about that future version of me and really think like, what would they do? And even though right in that moment, I was like, I've made $40,000 last year. This literally makes no financial sense for me to invest in this thing. But my higher self, that future version of me, is saying that like they want the support to get to that future version. I sat with it for so long. Not even so long, but it was just like eating me up inside. But I knew deep, deep, deep down that I wanted the support. I wanted to do that faster. I wanted to do it easier from somebody who had been there, who could teach me the ways so that I could get out of my current situation and towards future self so much easier. I made that investment knowing that if I just threw $20,000 down the toilet, that I would have to give up my business. I would have to go work at the grocery store that I could walk to, and that I would be giving up all of my dreams, and not being able to run my business because I couldn't afford to. And I took that and I was like, is making this decision worth that risk? And I decided that it was. And that was a huge thing. I cried a lot. And I just knew that like making that decision it shifted everything in me. It forced me to become that future version of me. It forced me to make different decisions. My back was up against the wall. I had no other choice than to put in the work, to do the things, to make the shifts, to change my business, to change my life in order to make it all work out. That decision energetically changed who I was as a person. That decision made my next month a $20,000 month. I made my investment back in 1 month because I energetically completely changed who I was. I've made six figures, multi-six figures for 3+ years after that decision. We have a team of 15 supporting me. During the pandemic, I was able to work 5 hours or less during the week because my business was set up to scale because I made that decision 3-4 years ago. That was the catalyst for changing everything in my life. And this is the decision that you have today. So I want you to think about that when you are feeling scared and really lean into that. What would future you choose? This is not something I can choose for you. This is something you need to sit with and you need to choose. Think about the worst case scenario. And also, if everything were to go right, like how would that future version of you make this decision? This is something you need to work through. I'm totally here to chat through all of the things. I've been there. There's actually going to be some stories in the Q&A below here from some of the students who have also been there and walked through this. So sit with it. Know that these like scared feelings are your ego that are like super scared. Feel into it and we can chat through it too. Know that it's so real to feel those feelings, and everybody who's ever made like huge shifts in their business has worked through this. Okay. Now that I've gotten through my like emotional weirdness here are some other things that students have done. This was somebody who joined and literally like 2 days later started selling her packages. They were like $1,200 before, and she started booking clients using our DM strategy, and she booked them for $5,800. She has since hit $35,000 months since being in the program, and she's just rocking it. She's doing all of these DMs and just making huge moves. It's incredible. This is a student who we worked with 3 years ago, and she is hitting her 5-figure months like all the time. It's just a non-negotiable. So we set her up to, she started her business from scratch when we worked together, and now she's hitting her 6 figures. She was able to leave her day job. She really set the solid foundation that is growing with her year after year after year. Here's a student, literally in month 1, she brought in $15,000 for her business. And this is like, even in the hugest wins, like there are huge mindset things that we're going to continue to work through. This is part of that personal development thing. So she had some triggers that came up when she achieved her goal, and then other mindset stuff that she wants to work through to help it make it happen again. And hint, it has happened again. Okay, so this is another student who's like just booking, even more 7K packages, up from 6,500. She says she's gaining so much confidence through this program. So this is actually the same student here who is booking all of these like crazy projects. So it's just really, really cool to watch. Here is another student who booked her first 8K package with a totally unexpected client. She thought it would be way out of their budget. Here is a student who started in January. When I decided to join, I felt terrified. I kept picturing the moment in my mind where my credit card was declined on the second payment, and I would have to feel the shame of not living up to my commitments and not feeling like I deserved to be in the program. If before it felt like an uphill battle, now it felt like I was being transformed into a world-class mountain climber. A few days ago, I looked at my business's income and I exceeded my financial goal for the month by over $3,000. I was just shy of my long-term goal and I was only a few months into the program. I feel like I know what pieces I'm missing now. I have so much more clarity around what needs to happen. I've been able to 2 to 3x my rates, more than 4 times my business income, and have many more happy customer testimonials. So let's do this. It's $850 per month for 12 months or pay in full for $8,500. Click the link below to enroll now. Okay, so we have a special Q&A below. If you are like, you're still in the feels, you want to hear from people who have been through this, please watch that. That's going to go over some of the things that you might be going through right now. So that will just help you, feel this out a little bit more. So we've held this Q&A with prospective students who are thinking about joining and their questions, and with some current students. So you're going to get both sides there. This will be really helpful for just like feeling out the program, feeling out the energy, working through some of the fears. Please take a listen to that. And if you have any questions, please send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, or email. We'll be in touch, and I can't wait to see you in the academy if you are feeling like this is an aligned fit.